can smell your wolf odor from here. Nice job. Anything good? Hey, don't sniff me too much. Oh, The Tales of Serana and her charming death assassin. I'd actually want to read that. Let's show. I'm no fan of the sun. It would be better than this. We've got this one. opens up. I said so.
I sell paint horses. They're leaner and more agile than the hulking horses you'll find across the border in Skyrim. Admittedly, there are better breeds of horses elsewhere in Cyrodiil, but none of them come as cheaply as mine. Faster and leaner indeed. Might not be able to withstand quite as many sword blows, mind you, But who cares about that, eh? Unless you tend to use your horse as some sort of fighting partner. Life as a stable master isn't so bad. It can be downright rewarding sometimes. Though, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but, well, we did lose a horse a few weeks ago. The owner's incredibly upset, as you can imagine. According to a few people nearby, it galloped off to the north, but I don't know where it could have gone to or why. Sadly, I haven't had the time to look into it either. Believe me, traveler, if you do that for me, I'd be very grateful. Like I said, it went off to the north. I'd start there.
Hello. Good morning. The Stormcloaks happened. Skyrim's descended into chaos, brother turning against brother. The rebels hunted us, so I eventually came here. At least Cyrodiil remains under stable Imperial rule. Once I've scraped together enough coin for the trip, I'll probably take a carriage to the Imperial City and explain what happened. Hopefully I'll get reassigned somewhere in Cyrodiil and get steady pay once again. But still, such chaos in Skyrim. I can't help but feel like the Empire might be on its last legs. Dark days. Dark days. Why?
Zombies tend to haunt caves. Be careful if you decide to go treasure hunting. Good morning.
Do you need help? You're looking a bit overloaded.
Please, my lord. One septim would mean more. Bless you, sir. Bless you. A series of unlucky events. I'd rather not talk about it. I will put it into the fund that I've been putting together for a while now, to buy a house and get a roof over my head. It's growing slowly, but surely. Houses are expensive. Bye.
Good morning.
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The Chapel of St. Martin does not violate the terms of the White Gold Concordat. There is no Talos worship going on here.
It violates the spirit of the White Gold Concordat. I must urge you to cease and desist at once.
Oh? What is the spirit of the White Gold Concordat?
The spirit of the White Gold Concordat is that men are not and can never be gods. Just as Tiber Septim is not a god, nor is Martin Septim.
But what does the Concordat actually say?
The Concordat forbids...
You sure you don't need me to take some of that weight? Doesn't look pleasant.
Septim worship, though?
No, there isn't. I must
My hammer,
consult
a
with my
goblin's head,
superiors.
and a mug of ale.
Perhaps we will have
Great
to
way to
petition for a
spend
slight
Freitas.
amendment to some unfortunately specific wording within the Concordat. We will keep our eyes
I'm
on your little
Bonus.
cult.
My dad is
however.
Albekius. What's your
Since
name?
it's mourned us, it's time for another warning
Stranger.
to all the wonderful... I don't believe I've seen you before. Fascinating. A newcomer to Bruma, is that what we have here? A joker, too! Wonderful! Yet another troublemaker for us to keep an eye on. At least if your attempts at sardonicism weren't quite so... posturing. Many before you have thought themselves invincible, above the Thalmor, above the Dominion, above their precious empire and its laws, its concordats. They now find themselves hanging from trees, their decrepit husks wasting away amidst near-endless blizzard. Enjoy your stay in this fair city. No, I just wear the uniform for fun. Yes, of course I am. I'm here to protect the Aldmeri interests in Bruma, and ensure that the terms of the White Gold Concordat are upheld. Important, given that we're so close to Skyrim and its rebellious little Nords. Next, you'll be telling me, my, oh my, not many Gwar in Bruma. Scales of Oriel, thanks for telling me that. I'll be sure to tell all my friends. Put up posters, even. Not highly of me, I suppose. Then again, the feeling is mutual. To hear you speak of civility is somewhat disarming, considering our environs. This city is filled with uncultured louts who I suspect would quickly turn on each other for an ancient bottle of mead. Given that you at least have the vocabulary and mental faculties to understand the concept of civil society, yes, let us speak. But be quick about it. Disarming lack of incorrigible idiocy aside, you are still not my idea of a scintillating conversationalist. No. If anything fruitful is going to come of this conversation, it will not be the sentimental exchange of life stories. Suffice it to say that I am a Thalmor Justiciar operating in Bruma. My identity outside of that is entirely irrelevant. I will put it in simple terms, so perhaps you might understand. The Aldmeri Dominion signed an accord with the Empire, known as the White Gold Concordat. That accord guarantees the Dominion. We are simply here to ensure that the Empire does not renege on that commitment. Guilt. Why should I feel guilt? I'm a Thalmor Justiciar, yes, but the Aldmeri Dominion is not a single consciousness. This empire is a political entity. It has committed untold acts of persecution and genocide in the past. One need only have a cursory knowledge of the Tiber Wars and imperial history to know this to be true. Tiber Septim, the man-god so many Nords and Imperials love to revere, was himself guilty of the sins you attribute solely to the Dominion. But I digress. I am a soldier of the Thalmor, and I carry out the duties assigned to me by my superiors. If your goal is to make me feel guilty for enforcing dictates which your own emperor signed into law, then I'm afraid you will enjoy precious little success. I haven't given it very much thought. My enjoyment is irrelevant. I have a role within the Thalmor, and the duties which go along with that. I have fulfilled and will continue to fulfill that which is asked of me to the best of my ability. Again, my enjoyment, or otherwise, is irrelevant.
Citizens of Bruma, I stand here to remind you of the White Gold Concordat.
I'm glad we're
Its
together.
decree, particularly the outlaw of Talos worship, is imperative.
Oh, look, an infant. How quaint. Hunt down and execute Talos worshippers, keep people in line, and enforce the White Gold Concordat. Oh, But we practically do. I presume even one such as yourself is aware of the White Gold Concordat, yes? That document guarantees the Thalmor the end of worship of that. We need to ensure that this agreement is upheld. Surely the better question would be, why so patient? Because I can tell you in no uncertain terms that you are trying my patience with your primitive blubbering and inane questions. Leave me.
Talos worship is a crime, and those committing such
Damnable
heresy
tavern,
will
damnable
be dealt
owner. It's a dingy squad filled with criminals, rats, and lice. The amount of underhanded deals and crooked business that goes on there, it beggars belief.
The White Gold
I
Concordat
want its
and
proprietors
Thalmor
to land in hot
security.
water.
How can you even move around in that thing? It looks awful to even put on.
Damnable tavern, damnable owner. How dare he allow that wizard to engage in such a salacious display? Scandalous.
Stranger, have you seen my dad?
Hmm?
Ah, well, they are regrettably significantly more banal than my exceptional unique items. I do keep a stock of some more pedestrian magical goods. Of course, excellent. Well, I have 5 fabulous, unique items in stock at the moment. The first is the wooden staff of awesome conflagration, which summons a tremendous fiery inferno at your target location. Extremely dangerous. The second is the Scepter of Frosty Entombment, which is truly a unique frost staff. It will trap your target in a block of ice for 10 minutes. The third is the Blade of Prepotence, which causes your target, any target at all, to shrink, becoming supremely weak and vulnerable. Fourth is the Staff of Titan Summoning, which summons a mighty Daedric Titan at your target location. It will demolish all in its way. Fifth is the Rod of Potency, which will certainly bring great pleasure. That I can guarantee. So, which will it be? Ah, your foes will go running home to their mother when you're towering over them. No loss, but do recon. Ah, well, they are regrettably. Yes, indeed. To my great regret, a few scalawags here in Bruma appear to have not paid their bills for their enchanted weapons from Rosada. I am beside myself with angst about this, as you can no doubt imagine. So, my fair and, might I say, rather imposing friend, if you would be willing to speak to these scoundrels and acquire my warranted compensation, I would be most obliged. Excellent! You'll need to speak with Roland Wickert, the young chap at the Synod Conclave here in Bruma. Stantis Valeria is the second of these reprobates, the owner of the Geraldview Tavern. The third is Stable Master Ila the Upright. Clearly the title was given rather than deserved. Do this for me, and I shall bestow coin upon you for each, and a truly copious recompense indeed once all three mischief makers are dealt with. Farewell. Rosada the Resplendent invites you to his boutique of magical wonders. Don't delay, patronize today.
They call my weapon wants a tempering. Things want to kill him. Fetch me 3 iron ingots to temper my weapon and my book of killin' so I know who needs killin'. Then I'll give you gold. Good. My killin' arm's itching to do more killin'.
See it? Report it.
My hammer, a goblin's
We're
head,
so close
and
to
a mug of
Skyrim,
ale.
I'm
Great
surprised
way
the
to
war
spend
hasn't
the
spilled
Freydis
down
night.
here yet.
I wonder if merchants profit from dealing with you or not.
What is it?
If not, I say we get fill.
Ah, glad to see you noticed. These furnishings don't come cheap. Well, normally I keep my finances private, but just this once. For the whole smithy and the furnishings outside, 10,000 septims. Indeed it is. I am, however, in a rather fortunate position. I have a contract with the Count to outfit his forces with arms and armor. And because of that, I have a steady source of income. Beats the on-and-off work I used to rely on. I set up here as a blacksmith. The Count wanted a blacksmithing contract. He did the sensible thing. You're asking a Nord where he learned to... I learned all over Tamria. When I was 10, my mother... Damn it, Holgard, By now, I'd believe it if someone said you were born with a smith's hammer in your hand. The bottom line is that blacksmithing is as much a part of being a Nord as the beers and the drink. And I wouldn't have it any other way. If I don't have it, you don't need it. Relatively good, as of late, I'd say. Hostilities are boiling under the surface here in Cyrodiil. Have been for a while. No one dares make the first move, but everyone's waiting for it with bated breath. That means they're arming themselves in preparation for rainy days to come. And that means customers for blacksmiths such as myself. Not to sound like a war profiteer, of course. Sure, they're not walking around in armor with swords in their scabbards all the time. But people are keeping a weapon handy a lot more these days. Never know when you'll need to defend yourself from a party of Dalmor Justiciars. Don't tell Armian I said that. They know a storm is on the horizon, and soon enough there, all of our lives are about to become a lot more dangerous. They want to be prepared.
See you.
So, are you here more to buy something, or dump all your junk to the shop?
Hello. About me? Not really much to tell. Well, okay, there's no easy way to put this, but my family wants me to marry this diplomat in the Imperial City. They say he's charming and handsome and witty, but I know what they really mean. He's rich, and he's going to bring wealth to the family. Wealth and influence. But I don't want money or power. I want someone I love, and he isn't it. Holgard is. But, well, he's proven more than a little resistant. So far. Strongest steel and best prices in the whole province. Take a look. Bye.
Heard some bootblack disappeared in the mountains. Rumor has it he ventured too far into some hidden Nordic ruin.
Heard bandits have set up and plundered mine. Damned brigands. We clear them out, they always come back.
Hello.
Only the finest potions. I'm always on the lookout for ingredients. Tending this stall leaves me little time to gather ingredients in the wilderness, and the Timberwolves are always a threat regardless. Tell you what, you bring me some clouded funnel, cairn bolete, and milk thistle. Thanks. Get back to me with the ingredients, and you'll get your coin. No, there aren't. Doesn't matter much to me, but sometimes I do feel kind of isolated among all the Nords and Imperials. Let me know if anything catches your eye. There wasn't already an alchemist in town when I came up here, and I figured it was a burgeoning market and a ripe opportunity. Fortune favors the bold, or so they say. See you.
What is it?
Everything you see here is for you can tell, huh? Yeah, I'm not exactly the best salesman. Don't exactly like being one either. Don't worry though, I'm a much better tailor than I am a merchant. You know, I always thought about doing something else, becoming an adventurer or whatnot. It's just, well, I'm not cut out for that kind of lifestyle. As my good ma always said, Gryfard, my worthless, good-for-nothing son, you gotta do something with your life. And since you seem to be better at sewing than spellcasting, you'd best become a clothing merchant, so here I am. Yeah, she's a lovely woman, my mother. Powerful mage, too. If you see her around these parts, though, you warn me right away. She's the reason I left High Rock. Step right up, step right up. I've got just what you're looking for. Goodbye.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Nice clothes. Doesn't it feel better to be able to move freely and casually?
Name's Cetus Perusius. How can I help you? Why, my friend, surely the better question is, what don't I sell? Business is always... Take poor old Fatal. But me? Someone doesn't want meat? Most things are very popular. Turns out the Nords aren't all that big on table etiquette.
See you around.
Another day in Skyrim. I'm still trying to decide which is more unpredictable. The weather? Do you need something? Well, I do admire their fondness for the sea, as pirates, sailors, or adventurers of the open waters. I used to read stories and great tales of Redguard pirates, from the shores of Stros Mackay to the farthest reaches of the Abetian Sea. Especially the daring adventures of Jaik Talonwood. He was a little childhood hero of mine. So what do you say? Would you like to sail the open seas in pursuit of fame and the rarest treasures? I was kind of just playing around, but I like your enthusiasm. Maybe we should set sail for the coasts of Hammerfell sometime, after we're done with everything here in Skyrim.
Good morning.
Yeah, it'll be a good idea to stack
From
up on
I sell a bit of everything. Farewell. Welcome to Icewind Traders. If you don't see what you need...
Hello.
Take a look.
Goodbye.
Suckered by the Synod, weary of the whispers, why not go somewhere more agreeable? Reside in the resplendent boutique of magical wonder.
Gerals are cold this time of year, and every time of year.
Excuse me, sorry to bother. I don't suppose you've seen any priceless Sakaviri heirlooms gallivanting around Bruma, have you? As I suspected. Sorry to bother you, citizen. Just, let me know if any do crop up, yeah? Thanks. A whole lot of uproar about nothing, that's what. The Count's been nagging my life and soul out about the damn things. You see, the Carvanes have a sort of family tradition. They've acquired a taste for Akaviri artifacts, constantly collecting more and more. Been going on for centuries now. Well, it turns out poor old Count Desilus, Count Carvane, isn't too happy that his collection's been stolen. Well, that's... who am I kidding? Absolutely. This is driving me crazy. Just bring them back to me when you've found them, and I'll be extremely appreciative. And I mean extremely appreciative. Seriously. I feel like offing myself right about now. Akaviri artifacts. I don't know anything more specific than that. Rignar and the Count both told me, but honestly it flew in one ear and out the other. If you want to know exactly what artifacts to keep your eyes peeled for, talk to Rignar. I'm sure he can help you more there. Almost definitely the resale value. Akaviri artifacts are very often one of a kind, and they can fetch a very high price to the right buyers. Someone possessing those artifacts could find themselves becoming very wealthy very quickly. I suspect that's the motive here. Not in particular. Then again, the lowlives of Bruma don't exactly hide themselves all that well. The shadier tavern in town, the Restful Watchman, full of thieves, bandits, thugs, and other miscreants, might be a decent place to start your search. I have no idea how they'd manage that, honestly. Either adept stealth or good luck. Probably a bit of both. I'm not too sure on the details of that, to be honest. Rignar, the castle steward, was the first one who noticed them missing. It'd be worth speaking to him, if you think that's interesting evidence to dig up. Not in particular. Then again, the lowlives of Bruma don't exactly hide themselves all that well. The shadier tavern in town, the Restful Watchman, full of thieves, might be a decent place to start your search.
This castle definitely
around.
Welcome to our fair city. What brings you to Bruma? Well enough, I suppose. The Great War mostly spared Bruma. Thank the Divines for that. Most of Cyrodiil didn't have such good fortune. Bruma is the jewel of the Gerald Mountains. A strong and hardy city. Imperial in name, but equally Nordic by blood. And while the county surrounding her is frosty, as Viscount Carvane says, the hearts of our people burn brighter than the warmest hearth. We have our share of problems, I won't deny that. But Bruma is a prosperous county given the times. Compared to Shadenhall and Burville, Bruma might as well be paradise, and at least we were spared the horrors of the Great War. Mostly. I am Desilis Carvane. I have the singular honor of acting as Count of Bruma, defending her walls and ruling over her people. I am young, and I know some use this as ammunition with which to criticize me, but they are short-sighted, and they are foolish. I act in the best interest of Bruma at all times. I will always fight valiantly to defend her from threats both within and without. That is what matters. Not particularly, no. I certainly don't envy my friends across the border in Skyrim, though. These are truly dark times for the Empire. Let us hope that this storm blows over, as of all the rest. But something makes me think this one's different. I fear Tamriel will never be the same again. If it's work you seek, speak with my Viscount, Marcius Carvain. He's more likely to have work for you than I. He spends most of his time in the castle. Goodbye.
I'm the Count Steward here in Bruma. If there is anything you need, I'll try. A group of bandits in the county are growing bolder and are becoming a menace. The Count has put a bounty on their heads. Here, take a look at the warrant. Indeed I am. I handle the day-to-day business of the county on behalf of the Count, the fair and honorable Decilas Carvain. County Bruma is the jewel of Cyrodiil. Though the mountains may be frosty, the hearts of our people are as warm as the brightest hearth. Of course, that's not... But we don't let that put a dampener on things. So the guard captain's actually looking into it. Excellent. Can't have the Carvain artifact collection lost to some random burglar. Some amulets, some rings, a katana, all of a Kaviri design. Priceless relics. Very valuable and very well loved by the Count. I didn't know. I was just doing the rounds here in the castle. I was about to go to bed for the night when I noticed something. Normally there's a little glint in the corner of my eye. The light bouncing off of one of the Akaviri amulets. But this time, nothing. I went to investigate, and the artifacts were gone. I'm sorry I can't be of more use. Best of luck with your investigation.
Welcome to our fair city. What brings you to...
Marcius Carvain, Viscount Bruma. As Viscount, I'm a sort of secondary count, if you will. I deal with a lot of the same duties as the Count, albeit deferring to him. Often, when the Count is busy with other matters, he delegates lesser affairs to me. The usual, honest citizens, wild animals, bandits. That and stubborn Talos worshippers. They've always been a... Yes, an explorer's guide to Skyrim. Very popular in Skyrim. Seems to turn up in the most unusual of places. Until next time.
I can smell your wolf odor.
Sir?
Well met, Rilja.
Well, this is a bit of a surprise.
Hello. Yes, indeed. This one labors long and hard to earn his keep. Hunting can be tiring, exhausting, but this one must press on. Although... This one is feeling a bit lazy today. What if you were to bring him some bear pelts instead? He will pay you well. Excellent. Just return to this one when you have, say, 10 of the pelts.
We have Hulgard to thank for our arms.
Thank you for your service, Rilja.
Right. It's been a pleasure.
You sure you don't need me to take some
Here
of
to
that
browse my fine selection of ancient Nordic items? As it happens, yes, ancient Nordic weapons. They're a big chunk of my business, and I'm running low. If you happen to come across any in your travels, excellent! Many of them I collected during my adventuring days. I used to wander Skyrim in search of opportunity and adventure. I went through my fair share of Nordic ruins back in those days, and I took a liking to the ancient Nordic metalwork. So, I began to collect them as I adventured, and when Come! My stock is replenished daily with the finest wares for your convenience. Talk to you later.
Damnable tavern! Damnable owner! How dare he allow that lizard to engage in such a salacious display? Scandalous!
I am privileged to enjoy quite a
Get a
comfortable
slice of
life,
Skyrim right
but
here
I
in
do try to
Cyrodiil.
give something back to the less fortunate folk when I can.
Can I help you? The Restful Watchman. Rooms and food, that's what we do. What do you need? A little birdie told me that you're annoying me. Seems to me you're starting trouble asking questions like that. This is a fine establishment. We don't pretend to be more than we are, though. Now, what can I get you? So, what'll it be? I don't tend to gossip about my patrons. Bad for business, you know, especially when you're in my line of work. Well, true enough. There's this Breton guy who comes through here every now and again. Sleaziest guy I've ever seen. Except for me, of course. Got a reputation to maintain, you know? Name's Etienne. Or something like that. Anyway, he mentioned something to do with Akaviri trinkets while we spoke. Mentioned wanting to sell them, or something. I guess he's your man. I don't know. Listen, do you really think I'm going to tell you everything about my customers? That's a sure way to get run out of this business. Listen, you want me to tell you so badly? Make me. I'm not budging until I've been forced to, legally.
Hello.
You know what I'm getting at.
Even I
assume.
get tired
To
every
fail
now
at a
and
simple job like that.
Finally,
No way it
place
was just a
to
coincidence.
relax.
There must have been. Oh, hello. What are you looking at?
Speak. That's none of your... I suppose there's no harm in telling you now. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to help. I'm a mercenary. Been one for years now, and I don't often fail a job. But this last time, I did fail, but not through any fault of my own. Cut out the sarcasm. I don't appreciate it. If you want to help me, if you want the honor of working by my side, then you should at least exercise respect. I'd been hired by some anonymous noble to clear out a cave full of bandits near Bruma. Offer some nice coin, too. My wife came with me. We were battle partners. Things were going well until we were ambushed. Bandit reinforcements showed up out of nowhere, flanking us the way we came. They bound us and gagged us, left us disarmed and defeated. They left with my wife and left me to die. I managed to escape my captivity, but when I got back to the cave, they'd gone. All of them, including my wife. I've been searching for her damn near a whole year now. No success. Praise Malakath. Once you turn up something solid, let me know. I'll be here. The best place to start is probably the castle. Ask the nobles, see if they know anything.
Here to do business. Can I help you? Alamu Nethray, dark elf girl. She's wanting adventurers to help her with something. Not sure what. Well, honestly, sometimes I do. You see, there's this snooty Altmer that came through here a few days back. One of those haughty Well, he came here, not realizing that the Gerald view might have been more to his tastes. After he witnessed a few of our, now in his outrage and disgust, he's planning to try and press charges. Great. He's probably storming around town right now, trying to rabble-rouse against the Watchmen.
Can I help you?
I'm glad we're together.
Magical wonders.
Indeed, this is odd. And you say it just appeared here out of thin air?
It isn't mine, that's for sure. Where do you think it came from?
What is with this commotion? Where did that come from? Who made this mess?
That's the thing. We don't know.
It just appeared, out of thin air. Maybe that stranger over there has something to do with it.
You there, come here.
You there, come here. Don't play ignorant with me. You are involved in this somehow. I mean, really. You expect me to believe that you just happened to randomly walk in just as this statue appeared here? Well, I'm not entirely sure. But I suppose within the unknowable depths of the arcane, something such as this is not entirely implausible. That said, I suppose it would be downright foolish of you to strut in here after causing the mess. Well then, I apologize for the inconvenience. Welcome to the Bruma Conclave. Attendant, clean up this mess, would you? And take that statue to the back for examination.
You're looking a bit...
yes, First Adjunct.
...overloaded there.
I'm Roland Wickert. Hello? Me? I'm the resident destruction expert here. My ultimate goal is to perfect the art of defensive spellcasting. I want to be able to conjure the raw power of combative force. Hopefully sooner later, rather than later. Oh, I'm sorry. I completely slipped my mind. Here you go.
As it is, I don't exactly have the time for trifles such as this. You seem like a helpful fellow. Would you be willing to help discover the source of this mysterious object? If so, let me know. I could use someone of strong wit and not merely strong arm. Hello. As you noticed when walking in, a couple of seemingly random items have been appearing in the Conclave of late, and I'm not quite sure as to why. Given that, as you can no doubt imagine, the Conclave is very busy, I am willing to hire external agents to look into this. After the first item appeared, I had one of the attendants, Attendant Wickart, take it back to the study area for examination. Check with him and see if he has discovered anything.
Can I help you? Anything unusual? Well, it's hard to tell, to be honest. I'm not exactly the most experienced mage in this area, but I did notice that it looks an awful lot like an Ayleid design. Haven't you seen the massive statues by the entrances of their ruins? I also know that Ayleid statues this portable and small would be very valuable, and therefore would probably all have been scavenged from the ruins. My theory? I think someone sent it here as a test. Someone who has access to valuable artifacts such as this, that they plan to come get it back. I think someone is going to try teleporting here using the same teleportation, technique. We should... I'm going to continue studying this thing. You might want to tell Cadius that this doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon.
Hey, don't sniff me too much, alright?
How can I help?
Have you learned anything more about our little perplexity?
Good day to you, Cadius.
Then what are you talking to me for?
What's
By the
status
8,
of the situation
maybe we can take advantage of this. Search the Conclave. Look for anything that seems out of the ordinary and bring it here. Maybe by examining the items, we can determine their origin.
How can I help? Something you need from me? Good afternoon. All right then.
Can I help you? If there's anything you need,
Good afternoon.
just let Ololentius know, will you?
The Bruma Synod Conclave is always open to consultation. At least to the sentient individual.
Good to see you again, friend. What can Ololentius do for you?
Well, have you learned anything more about our little perplexity? Give them here. Let's see what they can tell us. Not just any generic form of soul gem. This is a black soul gem. Only 2 types of people use these. Murderers and necromancers. This certainly isn't an item which carries with it a positive stigma. What else? Fairly common, but it seems familiar for some reason. This almost seems like the type of boot I would wear. Intriguing. What else? A book. Weathered memoirs, eh? This seems to be a journal of some sort about the creation of Frostcrag Spire. Well, this is an interesting twist in our little mystery. Before we examine this further, I'd like to see any other artifacts which may have appeared. These told me a lot, thank you. One thing is certain. Whoever these items belong to is affiliated with the magical arts. More specifically, the darker side of the magical arts. It would also seem that our mystery mages have some connection with Frostcrag Spire. Haven't you seen that large tower in the mountains off in the distance? That is Frostcrag. It was supposedly erected back in the late Third Era by some old mage with too much time on his hands. Quite the sight, isn't it? It would probably still be of great interest to the Synod too, were it not sealed off many years ago by its last residents. I'm not quite sure what part the Spire plays in the summoning of these mysterious objects. Yet. We shall see. You're actually only half right. You see, now that I have at least some idea who's behind this, I'm restricting this investigation. The Synod appreciates all your help in solving this little enigma, but at this point...
Wait, what's that? Oh, not again.
Thought you could get away.
Are you crazy?
Elentius, you got a free minute?
Always for a fellow mage, Roland.
Well, I was
This
curious
is
about
madness.
the journeyman
I am
that
sick and tired of these
showed
intrusions.
me the other day.
It would appear that your services are a game required before payment can be rendered.
Self?
I cannot simply step back and allow this to continue. Not now that there is a tangible threat to our hall. We must act. Go to Frostcrag Spire and do whatever is necessary to put an end to these infuriating escapades.
Oh.
I just hope that the college isn't somehow involved in this. Divines know they live to make trouble for us.
Make sure you stop singeing your features.
The tales of Serana and her charming death assassin. Can I help you? What is it?
I'm Galarin, Synod Hopeful. Yes, I am. I'm hoping to join the Synod Conclave here in Bruma. Restoration mostly, but I also enjoy alchemy and alteration. Not so big. Oh, I was born in Bruma. My parents used to say there must have been some Nord blood in our family for me to love the snow so much. There probably isn't, of course. Too bad they aren't here to see me make the Synod. They died a while back. Papa got sick, so Mama went out adventuring to try and raise money for a healer. Mama never made it back, so Papa never got his healing. I'm not broken up about it anymore. It happened several years ago now. But I do still miss the feeling of family, of being loved, you know? In any case, being a mage of the Synod will help with that. That will be my place to belong. See you around.
Had the pleasure of hearing Renaud screeching? We have. Every single day.
Hmm?
Zombies tend to haunt caves. Be careful if you decide to go treasure hunting. Ah, yes, the enchanted horse hay he sold me. What a joke. The only thing magical about the hay was that it caught on fire very easily. My horses clippity-clop over it, and boom, it goes up in smoke. Nearly burnt down my stable. Well, I managed to get some use out of it as a way of getting rid of pests. Pretty fun to use, too. But he did still swindle me. Here, take the coin back to Rosada, but tell him to check that his enchanted items actually do what they say they do next time.
For County Bruma.
You know, even an age-old vampire
Damnable
can
tavern.
appreciate a
Ha!
quiet place
That isn't
for
going to
a
happen, I'm afraid.
Into
Ha! That isn't going to happen, I'm afraid. It's a dingy squad filled with criminals, rats, and lice. I want its proprietor to land in hot water with our dear guard captain. He deserves it, no? Say, would you help me with that? You should help me because the tavern is filled with criminals. Surely it's only right that they face justice for what they do? I am not used to being refused. But so be it. Ha! That isn't going to happen, I'm afraid. Farewell.
to which it is streaming. What a boss! They love the sinew. A sinew de Bosmer love.
Renaud, you're distressing the customers.
Distressing? I am distressing the customers.
That's what I just said. Yes.
Finally. Place to relax.
How dare you! I am outraged. You hire me to play songs in this bar that is so far below my standards, and now you proclaim my music as distressful? I'm done with you, standards, and I'm done with this shoddy excuse for a tavern. I'm off for the Restful Watchman, your top competition. How about that, huh? And you talentless, tasteless fiends! How dare you insult my music? Could you do better? No, you couldn't, because I was trained at the Bots College in Solitude, and I'm the foremost practitioner of the art of song since Faulkner himself. You are nothing more than jealous maggots, grasping your waist to insult me and belittle my talent. And to that, I say, good day.
Come, warm yourself by the hearth. Been to Bruma's Synod Conclave? Useless quacks, the lot of them. I mean the organization. They refuse to lift a finger for anyone who isn't a high-ranking member. As it happens, yes, I do. I need the shipping request delivered to Greenwood, my regular courier. Excellent. Take this to offer from Molly. We're renowned through all Cyrodiil and beyond as the finest inn, restaurant. We spare no expense for our customers' pleasure. I'm sure you are. I purchased one of Razada's... what did he call them? Pleasure candles? Yeah, that's it. He said it would make the customers enjoy their Geralt view experience more. In reality, it just clogged the nose. So much so that a few of my regulars nearly choked to death. So no, I don't think I'll be giving him his money. Oh, I suppose. It would be fairly short-sighted of me to complicate your responsibilities any further because of Razada's questionable product. Fine, here's the coin, but deliver my complaint to Razada.
Can I help? Ha! That isn't going to happen, I'm afraid.
What is it?
See you.
Can I help you?
Nice getup. At least you won't be dragging behind.
Who in Oblivion told that guy he's a good singer?
Rizada the Resplendent, Enchanter Extra... Indeed it is. Why are you looking at me like that? Go on, shoot! Ah, right, that, small matter. Almost slipped my mind. Here, take this spell tome. I came up with the spell myself, you know. To conjure a zombie, ooh. I modified the standard spell to make it more effective, and I believe you will like the results.
One coin is all I ask. Is that really so? I promise, I won't... I've heard a thing or two, but it's going to cost you. Haha, yes, that's what I like. Thank you. Heard about that Underpall fort? They say necromancers are holed up there. Probably killing passerby and raising them as undead servo-whatsits. His name is Reynard Eventoned. Damn fool. Apparently thinks he's the Divine's gift to singing. He's terrible! And he's loud. You can hear his terrible performances from the streets. It's getting very irritating. The beggar, Ronte, has shown a particular interest in getting Reynard to shut up. For some reason. You could go speak with him. Perhaps he'd even pay you. Aye, that I am. Fought in the Great War against the Dominion. I lost my weapon, lost my sight, and lost my freedom. Can't do much now on account of my eye. If only I had an extra septum to help me buy a loaf of bread. Bless you, sir. Bless you. See you.
Nice clothes. Doesn't it